Picture this moment. You're mid-lesson, a student says something. Maybe it's back chat, maybe it's a flat refusal, maybe it's just an eye roll at exactly the wrong time, and you feel that familiar heat rising in your chest. Your instinct wants to respond immediately, firmly. And that is precisely the moment that defines how the next 10 minutes of your lesson go. Welcome to Excell Connect. Today, we're covering 10 de-escalation strategies that will genuinely transform how you handle challenging behaviour in the classroom. Not just what you say to students, but how you manage yourself in those high pressure moments. Because here is the truth. The most important behaviour in the classroom isn't theirs. It's yours. Let's dive in. Tip 1. Manage yourself first. Managing ourselves is the foundation of everything else on this list, and it is the one that gets the least airtime. Before you can de-escalate a student, you need to know what de-escalates you. We all have pressure points. The behaviour that pushes our buttons more than others. The persistent talker, the flat refusal, the eye roller, the one who just says no. Knowing your triggers in advance means you are far less likely to be caught off guard by them. In those moments when you feel the temperature rising, your internal self-talk is everything. Slow your breathing, keep your face neutral, smile if you can manage it. Ask yourself, what do I actually want to happen here? The answer is almost always the same. I want this student to engage with the lesson. Every decision you make should be in service of the goal, not your ego, not having the last word, not winning. Breathe calmly and keep your perspective. Model the behaviour that you want to see. That is not a soft approach, it is a powerful one. What is your go-to strategy for keeping calm in heated situations? Let us know in the comments below. Tip 2, think about their perspective. Before you react to a student's behaviour, take a split second to consider what might be driving it. Teenagers carry enormous pressures, exam stress, relationships, social media, body image, fitting in, anxiety about their futures. Younger students may be dealing with insecurity at home, learning needs that haven't yet been identified, or limited communication skills that leave them feeling trapped when they can't express themselves. And if you are working as a supply teacher, there is an additional layer. To these students, you are unknown, unfamiliar. You may on some level be perceived as a threat, simply because you are not the person they were expecting. Acknowledging this in your own mind genuinely helps, and it shifts how you carry yourself in the room. Pupils need the security of clear boundaries and expectations that are managed and reinforced consistently. Be mindful of personal space too. Standing very close to a student who is already elevated can push them to overreact. Keep an appropriate distance and it keeps them calmer and it keeps you safer. Tip 3, use positive language. This is one of the simplest changes you can make, and the difference in outcome can be remarkable. Now, negative instructions put students on the defensive. They've been told what they are doing wrong. They have not been given a clear direction towards what you actually want. Instead of, will you stop talking, try, I'd like everyone listening, thank you. Instead of, John, stop turning around and distracting Mike, try, John, I'd like you facing this way and getting on with your work, thank you. The difference is subtle but powerful. You are directing the behaviour you want, not highlighting the behaviour you don't want. And the thank you at the end is intentional. It is not a please, it is an expectation. You are presuming compliance before it has happened, and that confidence comes across and students respond to it. Tip 4, give choice and impart responsibility. Giving students a structured choice is one of the most effective tools you have for de-escalating a situation before it escalates further. Jamil, you can either work quietly by yourself or come and sit closer to the front. James, you can go and work with Mr. Anderson next door, or you can work sensibly with Andy here as I've asked. Richard, you can do exactly what I've asked or receive the C3 you were already warned about. Notice what's happening here? The student has a choice, but both options sit within your acceptable range. You are giving them agency and imparting responsibility while maintaining full control of the situation. Most of the time, students will take the path of least resistance, and when they do, acknowledge it. Quietly, warmly, the acknowledgement matters. Tip number 5, use partial agreement. This is an art form, and it is essential for avoiding power struggles. A student disputes your judgment. They say, I wasn't even talking. They say, it wasn't me. The temptation is to correct them and to insist they admit they were wrong, to be seen to be right. Resist that temptation entirely. Partial agreement means you acknowledge their position without backing down from your expectation. You are not saying they are right, but you are declining the fight. I wasn't talking, I was doing my work. Your response? Okay, maybe you were, but now I want you to press on and finish the task. It wasn't me, I didn't do anything. Your response? Maybe not, but we're all clear on the expectations here, so let's get back to it. You haven't backed down, but you haven't backed a student into a public corner either. The focus stays on the learning and the confrontation dissolves. Tip number 6, use pause direction. Here is something that I think all teachers do quietly that undermines you. We start talking before we have the student's full attention. Students live in their own world a lot of the time. Just because you start speaking does not mean that they are hearing you. And if you haven't gained their attention before giving a direction, you are setting yourself up for failure and them up for a reprimand that isn't entirely fair. The pause direction is simple but effective. Gain the student's attention with their name, then pause, make eye contact, and then give the direction. Michael. David. Could you face this way and listen, please? Thank you. You have gained attention before communicating. You have given them take-up time to respond, and early in the relationship, thank you carries more weight than a casual thanks. Once the working climate is established, you can warm your language up, but at the start, the formality signals that you mean what you say. Tip number 7, be the assertive teacher. There are 3 teacher styles when it comes to behaviour, and only one of them works consistently. The indecisive teacher hopes for compliance but doesn't insist on it. They're timid in the face of a challenge, pleading rather than directing. Students read this very quickly and test the limits. The autocratic teacher demands compliance through power and status without any room for choice. Nobody likes a bullying teacher, and it does not build the relationship needed for genuine engagement. The assertive teacher is the one who makes a sustainable difference. They expect compliance clearly, calmly, and consistently. They do not rely on power or role status to gain respect. They plan for behaviour, use firm and clear direction, correct without humiliating, and always keep the aims of the lesson clearly in mind. Be the assertive teacher. Plan for behaviour, know your strategies before you need them, and show up with calm authority. Which of the 3 teacher styles did you recognise in yourself when you first started teaching? Tip number 8, don't invite discussion you don't want. Some phrases actively invite exactly the kind of discussion that you are trying to avoid. Please be quiet. Stop talking. What did I just say? They are passive, unassertive, and the last one is practically an open invitation, and someone will answer it. Replace these with calm, directive language instead. Okay, settling down everyone, settling down. Hands down for now, facing the front. A number of you are still chatting. I need everyone facing this way, thank you. And when a student arrives late, do not ask, why are you late? They are unlikely to give you a fully honest answer, and you have now opened a thread that requires a public response. Simply direct them to settle and get on with the learning. Address the lateness at the end of the lesson privately, where it can be handled properly. Tip number 9, use names, then look away. 2 things here that are deeply connected. Using a student's name is one of the most direct signals that you see them as an individual. It personalises the interaction without escalating it. Jill and Tom, you're still talking. Please listen and face this way. Specific, direct, not a public shaming, a direction. Now, here is the part that changes everything after giving a direction. Look away, move away. Give them time to respond without you standing there watching. Why? Because a lot of disruptive behaviour contains an element of attention seeking. And if you are standing there staring at them while they decide what to do, you are giving them the stage. Move away, give them the dignity of making the right choice without an audience, and you will be surprised how often they take it. What's the smallest classroom technique that has made the biggest difference for you? Help out our other fellow teachers by letting us know below. Tip number 10, when a student says no. This one requires confidence because the instinct when a student flatly refuses is to push harder. And that instinct, understandable as it is, tends to make things worse. Let's say it's a mobile phone. Please place your phone away, thank you. This is a no phone school and that's the rule. Move away, tactically ignore the huffing and puffing. If they say, "Miss, someone lets us use our phones," don't ignore it, but don't get drawn into debate either. "I'll check that out later, phone in your bag or on my desk, please." Give them a brief take-up period, let them have a moment. If they still don't comply, "I've asked you to put the phone away. If you choose not to, there will be a consequence." The key principle is this. Stay focused on the primary behaviour. Give students time, give them a choice about consequences, expect compliance. But do not mistake take-up time for giving in. It is not. It is the strategy that makes compliance most likely. So there you have it, 10 practical de-escalation strategies you can use from tomorrow. The thread running through all of them is this. The most important tool in any classroom isn't a textbook or a seating plan or a sanction system. It's your own self-awareness. Manage yourself first, think about the student in front of you and stay focused on the outcome you actually want. By managing your own behaviour and staying mindful of the pressures your pupils face, you can de-escalate almost any situation before it fully ignites. And even when it does ignite, you will know exactly what to do. So, which one of these 10 tips will you try in the classroom? Let us know the number in the comments. Thank you for tuning in to Excell Connect. And if this video helped, give us a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new guide. Share it with a colleague who'd find it useful, and we'll see you in the next one.